What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cincinnati Reds Daily. You may be here from CincinnatiRedsTalk.com. The Cincinnati Reds have an all-star. That's Elly De La Cruz. Elly De La Cruz is an all-star for the second year in a row. Last year, he played in the all-star game, went 1 for 2 with a single. In all honesty, Elly De La Cruz should be the starter in the all-star game. He's had an unbelievable season, but we know how that goes. He's not Mookie Betts and he's not Francisco Lindor, which those guys play in huge markets like New York and LA, and fan voting is pretty stupid because of that. But Elly De La Cruz makes the All-Star game anyway. He's hitting 277 this year, 18 home runs, 60 RBIs, 836 OPS. He's been on fire lately against even left-handed pitching. His splits have been much better against left-handed pitching this year. I think it's still only like a 641 OPS, 640 or 687 OPS against left-handed pitching, but that's much better than he's been in the past. 241, 290, 397 is what he's slashing against left-handers. He's got 5 home runs. For instance, in all of 2024 against left-handed pitching, he only had 6 home runs. So he's improving from the right-hand side of the plate. Elly De La Cruz definitely deserves to be an all-star. He's going to be exciting. Happy for him. Well-deserved. Charlie Goldsmith put out a tweet earlier. I'll pull up the tweet while I'm looking up something else, but read the quote from Terry Francona about De La Cruz making the All-Star game. Andrew Abbott did not make the All-Star game. He's probably the one that I thought would make it that didn't make it. I just thought he would make it. He's got the second best ERA, I believe, out of starters in the National League, but he didn't make it. All right, here we go. Back to the quote from Terry Francona. Elly is our all-star. I wanted it to be upbeat because it's very much an honor for Elly. I want them to know that I also want some of the guys to know that we care, Friedel and Abbott. I want them to know I love this team. I love this team. It's greater than some of its parts. We may have one all-star right now, but I'll take this team. Then he went on to say about Elly De La Cruz, everything he told me this winter, he's not a big talker, but he told me what he wanted to be and how he wanted to get there. He's doing that. He's growing up. One of the things he has to battle is everyone is always talking about his ceiling. That's true. I just want to impress upon him that if we see it in the confines of the game, it's really going to be special. That's all I've ever told him. He's doing a really good job. That's 2-time All-Star Elly De La Cruz. All right, now back to Andrew Abbott. Andrew Abbott, listen, the NL staff is stacked. The starters, Chris Sale did make the team, so there's a chance Abbott could replace Sale because Sale's currently on the 60-day injured list. I think Abbott should have made it over Matthew Boyd. Let's go down some of the stats. Andrew Abbott, Matthew Boyd. Andrew Abbott has a 2.9 WAR. Matthew Boyd has a 1.7 WAR. Boyd has pitched in 2 more games, and so therefore he's pitched 15 more innings than Abbott. Abbott's 7-1, Boyd's 8-3. Abbott has a 2.15 ERA. Boyd has a 2.65 ERA. Abbott has a 2.08 ERA plus. Boyd has a 1.44 ERA plus. Boyd has 87 strikeouts. Abbott has 78. Again, Boyd has 15 more innings pitched. K percentage goes to Abbott. Abbott and Boyd both have 22 walks. And walk percentage goes to Boyd. So overall, really, Boyd just leads in games and innings and stats that he should lead in when he has more innings pitched and games pitched. So I think Abbott got robbed, but at the end of the day, Matthew Boyd is a Cub. Andrew Abbott's a Red. I know people want to pretend that doesn't matter, but I think it surely does. Emilio Pagan, some people were talking, would Emilio Pagan be an all-star? I didn't think he had a great chance. He's been great this year. A 2.92 ERA, 19 saves, a 0.86 whip in 37 games for the Reds this year. He has 3 blown saves. He's been the closer with Alexis Diaz not working out and getting traded to the Dodgers. I just didn't think he'd be an all-star, but he's had a great season. Hopefully he continues that in the second half. TJ Friedel, also not an all-star. He's hitting 280 with 8 home runs and a 776 OPS. Friedel's having one of the best seasons of his career. Again, I didn't think he'd really make it. He's really cooled off here lately over the last 10 games or so. He wasn't even in the top 20, I don't think, in fan voting. I don't think Friedel had a huge chance to make it. I think you could have made the case that sure he would have, but again, he's a Red. You have to have your numbers be pretty darn good to make the All-Star game when you play for the Reds if you're not somebody like Elly De La Cruz or Hunter Green, who's really well known. But that's it. Elly De La Cruz is the lone Reds All-Star. Again, Andrew Abbott has the chance to replace someone like Chris Sale because Sale is on the 60-day injured list. That would be beautiful to see. I think Andrew Abbott deserves to be an All-Star. But other than that, it's just Elly De La Cruz. The Reds lost to the Phillies on Sunday. They lost 2 straight. The Phillies have only lost 2 series at home all season long. Facing Ranger Suarez and Zach Wheeler the last 2 days. Those are both tough matchups. So you got 7 games against the Marlins and the Rockies coming up. Those are huge games going into the All-Star break. And then again, it will go to the All-Star game. Elly De La Cruz is the lone Cincinnati Reds All-Star. As always, if you made it this far, like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for being here. Go Reds. We'll see you next time.